Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Gunmala Kapoor with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assuages concern over Citizenship Amendment Act and NRC, says both have nothing to do with Indian citizens, including minorities. Prime Minister denies the existence of any detention camps in the country, calling it a brainchild of the opposition for vote bank politics. Internet services resumed in many districts in Uttar Pradesh following normalcy in the state. All arrangements in place for counting of votes for new Jharkhand assembly tomorrow. Paris-based FATF seeks more information from Islamabad on action against madrassas run by terror outfits. And in sports, West Indies set a target of 316 runs for India in the third and final ODI at Cuttack. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appealed to the people to shun violence and not damage public property. He clarified that the Citizenship Amendment Act and the National Register of Citizens, the NRC, have nothing to do with the people of a particular religion. He also clarified that the government has not taken any decision on the NRC related to the state of Assam. Addressing a largely attended BJP Dhanyavad rally at the Ramlila grounds in New Delhi today, Mr. Modi said the Citizenship Amendment Act was aimed at giving citizenship to the persecuted minorities who migrated to India from neighbouring countries. He accused the opposition of misleading the minority community. He also quoted former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's remarks favouring citizenship to the persecuted minorities from Bangladesh. Mr. Modi said the country had a chance to expose Pakistan's discrimination against minorities, but the chance was lost due to rival politics. In his emotionally charged speech, he dared his opponents to find anything discriminatory in his efforts while citing the government's developmental programs. The Prime Minister dismissed the existence of any detention camps and accused the opposition of playing vote bank politics by spreading such misinformation. He appealed to the youth not to fall prey to such rumors that are trying to divide the country.
अब भी जो भ्रम में है, मैं उन्हें कहूंगा कि कांग्रेस और अर्बन नक्सलियों द्वारा उड़ाई गई डिटेंशन सेंटर की अफवाहें सरासर झूठ है, बद इरादे वाली है, देश को तबाह करने के नापाक इरादों से भरी पड़ी है। ये झूठ है, झूठ है, झूठ है।
Referring to various developmental schemes launched by the NDA government, the Prime Minister said 70 lakh people were benefited under the Central Health Scheme Ayushman Bharat. 8 crore cooking gas connections have been provided to the poor under the Ujjwala scheme. Mr. Modi said beneficiaries were not asked about their religion nor caste.
आवास योजना के लिए, मुफ्त बिजली कनेक्शन के लिए सरकार स्वयं सामने से लोगों के झोपड़ी तक पहुंचने का पूरा प्रयास किया गया। न हमने कभी किसी का धर्म पूछा, न हमने कभी ये पूछा कि हम मंदिर जाते हैं, कि मस्जिद जाते हैं, कि गुरुद्वारा जाते हैं, कि चर्च जाते हैं, हमने कभी नहीं पूछा।
The Prime Minister said over 40 lakh residents in the national capital have seen a new ray of hope following regularization of the unauthorized colonies. Mr. Modi condemned the attacks on the police during the protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act. He said, whenever there is a crisis or difficulty, the police never ask a person their religion. He said, after independence, 33,000 policemen have died while ensuring peace and safety.
पुलिस के जवानों को अपनी ड्यूटी करते समय जो हिंसा का शिकार होना पड़ रहा है, उनको मारा जा रहा है, क्या मिलेगा आपको? और इन शरारती तत्व समझ लें, जब पहले भी आपकी सरकार थी, ये पुलिस वाले भी आप ही के थे। सरकारें बदलती है, पुलिस वाले किसी के दुश्मन नहीं होते।
The rally was organized to thank the Prime Minister as a gesture of gratitude for the centre's role in regularizing 1,731 unauthorized colonies in the national capital, housing over 40 lakh people. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari said the Citizenship Amendment Act is not against Muslims nor minorities. He was addressing a public meeting at Sanvidhan Square in Nagpur today. Mr. Gadkari said no injustice is being done to minorities because of this act. He alleged that opposition parties have been creating false propaganda by instilling fear among minority sections for getting benefits in vote bank politics. Mr. Gadkari said respecting all religions equally is India's culture. He also informed that Pakistani actors like Adnan Sami and Salma Agha have Indian citizenship. Union Minister for Law and Justice Ravi Shankar Prasad has alleged that people are being misled over the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, and the National Register of Citizens, the NRC. Talking to media persons in Patna today, the senior BJP leader said synchronizing CAA with the NRC is uncalled for as the shape of the NRC is yet to evolve. Condemning the incidents of violence and clashes during yesterday's Bihar Bandh, Mr. Prasad said the Congress and RJD should answer people on whether they support arson and disruptions. He said the motto of the CAA is to give citizenship and a respectful life to those minorities who have migrated to India from neighboring countries due to persecution meted out to them there.
NRC पर चर्चा बिल्कुल बेबुनियाद है। अभी न उसका कोई ढांचा बना है, न उसकी कोई रूपरेखा बनी है। चर्चा करेंगे उस पर जब समय आए। तो इसको जोड़ने का कोई मतलब नहीं है। ये बात मैं बहुत ही विनम्रता से कहना चाहता हूँ। कांग्रेस पार्टी क्या इस हिंसा का समर्थन करती है? का जवाब आरजेडी ये बताएं कि इतनी संख्या में पुलिस वालों का हमला हो रहा है, गरीबों का टेम्पो उड़ा जा रहा है, बस जलाई जा रही है, क्या उस हिंसा का समर्थन करते हैं?
Chief Minister Uttar Pradesh Yogi Adityanath has reiterated that the government is for each and every person of society and is working on the principle of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. He appealed to the intellectual class and to clerics to come forward and help the administration in maintaining peace in the state. Meanwhile, the situation is normal in all districts of the state and there is no news of any untoward incident. Internet services were resumed in many districts including Varanasi, Chandauli and Aligarh after 48 hours, while there are still some restrictions in a few cities. The DGP of the state, OP Singh, has appealed to all citizens of the state to maintain peace. The DM and SSP of Lucknow today went to the Eidgah to meet Muslim clerics and urged them to appeal for peace. The police has started the procedure of attaching the properties of those who were involved in rioting in various districts during the protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act. The Delhi police today carried out a flag march in the northeastern part of the city. The police thanked the locals for their support in maintaining peace and law and order in the district. The northeastern part of the city was rocked by violent protests on Tuesday against the amendment in the Citizenship Act. The area has remained peaceful after those protests. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our news on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. All arrangements are in place for tomorrow's counting for 81 assembly seats in Jharkhand. Chief Electoral Officer Vinay Kumar Chobe told AIR News that counting will begin at 8 in the morning and first trends will be available after the first hour of counting.
The initial trends will start coming from 9:30, but for the result, you'll have to wait for some time, and in some of the poll assembly segments, the result will come in the afternoon, but in some other cases where the number of rounds are very large, we might have to wait till 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening for the final.
Our correspondent reports that 3-tier security arrangements have been made at all the counting centres.
Jawans of Central Paramilitary Forces will be deployed at all counting centres. Counting centres have been set up in all the 24 district headquarters of the state. Postal ballots will be counted first, followed by votes of EVMs. Micro-observers will be deployed for each counting centre. Agents of different political parties will also be there during counting. Final results will be declared after the counting of slips of 5 VVPATs, which will be randomly selected for each assembly constituencies. With KK Lal's report from Ranchi, this is Subha Kaul for AIR News.
The Financial Action Task Force FATF has sought more clarifications and data from Pakistan on the actions taken against the madrassas belonging to proscribed outfits. This followed after Islamabad submitted a report to it detailing the steps taken by the government to curb terrorism and money laundering. The Paris-based FATF, which has kept Pakistan on the grey list for an extended period till February 2020, has warned in October that Islamabad would be put on the blacklist with Iran and North Korea if it did not comply with the remaining 22 points in a list of 27 questions. Pakistan had submitted a report comprising answers to 22 questions to the FATF on December the 6th. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar today co-chaired the 19th Joint Commission meeting with the Foreign Minister of Iran in Tehran. In a tweet, Mr. Jaishankar said the meeting was very productive and reviewed the entire gamut of cooperation. He said both nations agreed on accelerating the Chabahar project. He said India and Iran will work together closely on their shared interests. Mr. Jaishankar reached Iran today on a 2-day visit. During his visit, Dr. Jaishankar is also expected to call on Iran President Hassan Rouhani. In cricket, chasing a target of 316 runs set by the West Indies, India were 270 for 5 in 44 overs in the third and final ODI at Cuttack when reports last came in. For the Caribbeans, N. Pooran contributed 89, while K. Polan made an unbeaten 74 runs. Earlier, Indian skipper Virat Kohli won the toss and decided to field. India shuttler Maismesna Miraba Luwang has won the men's singles Bangladesh Junior International Badminton Series 2019 in Dhaka. Top-seeded Miraba beat Ken Yong-ung of Malaysia in the final, lasting 38 minutes today. Cold wave conditions continue to prevail in North India. Narnaul in Haryana shivered at 4.5 degrees Celsius as the biting cold continued to sweep Haryana and Punjab today. In Rajasthan, Churu emerged as the coldest place, recording 4.9 degrees Celsius. The meteorological department said that the weather conditions are likely to continue tomorrow. In Jammu and Kashmir, the 40-day period of extreme cold known as Chillai Kalan began yesterday as the region is continuously reeling under the intense cold wave and chill for the last 10 days. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak Tomorrow, will bring you a discussion on initiatives taken in the health sector. This can be heard on the FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions from the experts in our studio on toll-free telephone number 1800115767. You can also follow us on the News on AIR app for updates. This program is also available on Doordarshan DTH. The 66th National Film Awards will be presented tomorrow in New Delhi. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu will give away the awards. Gujarati movie Hellaro will be awarded the Best Feature Film. More from our correspondent.
Best Director Award will be given to Aditya Dhar for his debut film Uri the Surgical Strike. Movie Badhai Ho has been selected for Best Popular Film. Veteran actor Surekha Sikri bagged the Best Supporting Actress Award. Singer-lyricist Swanand Kirkire will be given the Best Supporting Actor Award for Marathi film Chumbak. Akshay Kumar's Padman has been named the Best Film on Social Issues. Sanjay Leela Bhansali's Padmavat will get the award for Best Choreography. Bhansali will also receive Best Music Director Award. Arjit Singh has been selected as the Best Male Playback Singer for a song in Padmavat, while Bindu Malini will get the award for Best Female Playback Singer. Divakar, AIR News, Delhi.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi assuages concern over Citizenship Amendment Act and NRC, says both have nothing to do with Indian citizens, including minorities. Prime Minister denies existence of any detention camps in the country, calling it a brainchild of the opposition for vote bank politics. Internet services resumed in many districts in Uttar Pradesh following normalcy in the state. All arrangements in place for counting of votes for new Jharkhand Assembly tomorrow. Paris-based FATF seeks more information from Islamabad on action against madrassas run by terror outfits. And in sports, West Indies set a target of 316 runs for India in the third and final ODI at Cuttack. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.